Men today are becoming fragile, weak, and pathetic. This trend doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon, and it's quite evident that the times must get darker before the sun rises again. We have to ask ourselves, how did we let ourselves get to this point? When and where did the common man lose his ability to lead and simply become a slave to his surroundings? Let me enlighten you. It's from the point his mental health started going down the drain. Tell me genuinely, do you think we are mentally healthier than our counterparts who walked the face of Earth before us? Or have the demands of the modern world been taking a toll on us while we just keep going with the flow, never actually correcting the discrepancies? The latter is true for most of us. Hence today, let's try to understand what it exactly is that's been compromising our mental health and preventing us from being the best versions of ourselves. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 1. Failing to develop purpose beyond status or wealth. Many men tend to confuse their self-worth with professional status and wealth accumulation for much of their lives. But the truth is, externally validated successes often end up being insufficient over time and fail to meet one's fundamental needs for meaning, community, and self-expression. There's a lot of talk about depression nowadays. Where do you think it comes from? Depression rises when the perceived antidote, making more money or chasing promotions, no longer fills that inner void inside you. Rather than overworking during those quarter-life crises from faded ambitions, you should try pausing and reflecting on your aligning daily actions with core values. Set aside time for passions that are more than filling spreadsheets or sending emails. Whether music, athletics, art, or volunteering, genuine hobbies give you glimpses of fulfillment free from chasing validations. If you find yourself disillusioned by rat races, take leaps of faith in self-employment ventures or nonprofit roles more in line to your personal talents in serving society. In later years of a man's life, chapters when he has made his comfortable savings, he tends to emphasize family connections and purpose-driven interests over wealth accumulation. That should speak volumes to you. Make it a goal to measure life's riches by laughter with grandchildren rather than digits in a bank statement. Number 2, not seeking help when struggling. A lot of us men often view admitting struggles and seeking help as failures of self-reliance. However, silently suffering issues like depression, addiction, trauma, or lack of purpose only worsens mental health and risks tragedy. According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, over 75% of global suicides are men. A lot of the time, destructive attempts to self-medicate through things like substance abuse only increase the issues you face alone. Hence, brothers, rather than seeing counseling and assistance as a sign of weakness or humiliation, think of help-seeking as the journey to true courage, self-awareness, and priority for wellness. It doesn't matter whether you're undergoing personal challenges or being confused by directionless phases of life. Speaking to unbiased professionals gives you critical emotional tools to navigate difficulties. If you're still skeptical or have a stigma concerning counseling, then give a shot to support communities sharing advice around relevant struggles anonymously online as a first step. Prioritizing wellness as early as you can leads to happier chapters than regretting a lot of time lost and struggling silently. Number 3, destructive habits of escapism. Stress surrounding masculine expectations, work pressures, money concerns, or relationship conflicts can often manifest in dangerous escapist behaviors like drug abuse, adult media addiction, gambling, or alcoholism. While numbing painful emotions or boredom momentarily through excessive behaviors gives one the illusion of control, avoidance only worsens those core issues. Escapism slowly but surely erodes finances, one's professional stability, family connections, and physical and mental health. And usually it's only by hitting rock bottoms through job loss, divorce, accidents, or health scares, which usually jolts people with an addiction to change, but by that point it's already extremely painful. So why get yourself to that point? Rather than instinctively self-sabotaging when you're under stress, Try to proactively build self-care habits and community connections. Those things will offer healthier stress relief as preventative measures. If unhealthy addictions feel beyond your control, seek counseling or enroll in specialized recovery programs immediately. Be compassionate with yourself throughout the process. Behavior transformation isn't an easy feat. It requires diligent practice. Number 4. Difficulty expressing emotions in a healthy way. Many men learn to suppress vulnerable emotions like sadness, heartbreak, and insecurity from a young age to appear tough. Over the years, unprocessed feelings accumulate and become explosive anger, seemingly disproportionate to the triggering situations. Using ego and anger as facades for inner turmoil leads to painful conflicts with loved ones who cannot comprehend the intensity of reactions. Suppressed emotions manifest through stress responses like insomnia, addictions, and psychosomatic pains as well. Number 5. Prioritizing work over mental and physical well-being. As men, we often measure our self-worth by external benchmarks like career success, wealth accumulation, and social status. We may be taught that valuing personal health and relationships appears as lazy, uncommitted, or weak. However, perpetually sacrificing leisure time, creativity outlets, family connection, and self-care for work often lead to burnout, illness, resentment, or painful regrets later in life. Give yourself permission to rest and nurture personal passions outside of professional obligations. Listen to your body's signals of fatigue and emotional needs, even when they compete with the quote-unquote productive uses of time. Number 6. Unsustainable risk-taking behaviors. For some men, fundamental insecurity drives them to constantly prove their toughness and masculine fearlessness through unsafe driving, binge drinking, fights, or recklessly quitting stable jobs. However, living dangerously often serves unhealthy ends, ruining relationships, careers, and health or costing lives. These self-destructive habits attempt to numb deeper wounds surrounding self-worth and maturity. Rather than putting on facades of masculine invulnerability, build true courage by taking intelligent risks aligned with your values. Develop emotional strength and confidence from within, not from others' validations. Number 7. Procrastination. The act of delaying tasks or putting them off indefinitely can wreak havoc on your life. While it may provide temporary relief from immediate responsibilities, it creates a cycle of stress, missed opportunities, and unmet goals. Procrastination breeds a sense of guilt, lowers self-esteem, and perpetuates a lack of productivity. Over time, it can sabotage career prospects, hinder personal growth, and strain relationships. Number 8. Negative self-talk. Negative self-talk, the habit of constantly criticizing and belittling oneself, can have a profound impact on mental health and overall well-being. When we constantly berate ourselves, it erodes self-confidence, creates a pessimistic outlook, and undermines personal growth. Negative self-talk also damages relationships, as it often leads to defensiveness, insecurity, and an inability to trust others. Cultivating self-compassion and positive affirmations is crucial in breaking free from this self-destructive habit. Number 9. Sedentary lifestyle. Leading a sedentary lifestyle, characterized by minimal physical activity and extended periods of sitting, can have dire consequences for both physical and mental health. Lack of exercise contributes to weight gain, cardiovascular problems, weakened muscles, and increased risk of chronic diseases. Moreover, a sedentary lifestyle is often associated with depression, anxiety, and decreased cognitive function. Regular exercise, even in small increments, is essential for maintaining overall well-being and preventing long-term health issues. Lastly, number 10. Unhealthy relationships. Unhealthy relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, can be detrimental to one's emotional and psychological health. Toxic relationships are characterized by manipulation, abuse, constant conflict, and lack of support. They drain your energy, erode self-worth, and hinder personal growth. Unhealthy relationships can isolate you from loved ones, foster codependency, and impede your ability to form healthy connections. So brothers, as we close this chapter, remember that bad values and habits have the potential to slowly chip away at the foundation of a fulfilling life. By recognizing and addressing these erroneous habits and values, you can regain control and transform your life for the better. Breaking free from these destructive patterns requires self-awareness, discipline, and a commitment to personal growth. By replacing bad habits with healthier alternatives, seeking support when needed, and nurturing positive habits, we can pave the way for a brighter and more fulfilling future. Well then, there you have it. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you support the channel down below by dropping a like and subscribing for more content in the near future. See you in the next one. Stay blessed.